Okay guys, here is a quick tutorial on using pkrig from pkrig2 framework. So first I will try import the module. The module name is generic, stands for generic rig fk. The path has not been inserted yet. Sorry for the typo. What else? Because I have a microphone in front of me, so it causes me to cannot type properly. Okay, so we got a module in our system, so I will try access the help function to get the documentation of this module. So all of information is here. So in the future, if you guys have any question about the rigging module, please feedback me and I will put the information to the doc string so everyone can read it. Here is a description of this module. This is pretty much a generic FK rigging module. And please also note that here is the arguments needed in this module. Please also note that if this one type PRC stand for pkrig core, that means it is an object in pkrig2, not our native pkrig1. So I will try to play with this module a little bit. First, we need the temp joints, and please note that all rigging modules in pkrig2, the rig will not attach to the temp joint directly. So it means like that if you create the temp joints, the joint in the rigging module will be replaced those temp joints. Let's play with it. Say that I have joint 1 and joint 2 and joint 3. So you guys know that in the pkrig1 on some rigging modules, the rig will create it and connect to the temp joint directly, and there is no more that function in the pkrig2. So what else needed for the argument? The class name is this one. There are few prefix at the moment for the rigging module, which are face rig stands for, of course, facial rig. Generic stands for generic rig, and rig is the pretty much a rigging module, as a normal rigging module. It's most likely on the rig may instance the generic inside the module, such as I will show the cape rig. Where is the cape rig? Cape here. Cape rig instance generic spline fk, which generic rig spline fk instance. It should instance. Okay, it doesn't instance any generic rig, so it is just like consider generic as a rigging module inside a rigging module. And then what else for the arguments? We have temp choice. For temp choice, mostly the module doesn't need pkrig object for the temp choice. It needs just the string, just the name of the choice. So I'm creating this tutorial not because for using the generic pkrig, but it is just want to share the concept of pkrig2 also. Now we have temp choice. What else? Site. Does this has site? I know that there are some confusion on the site argument on the rigging module. If it is if the argument has if the rigging module has a site as an argument, that means it is the site of the whole module. It doesn't mean that if this one, let's say that if if the rigging module also has site inside the rigging module, this whole module will not require site, because let's say that in the cape rig, if you rig the cape, I'm gonna open Epic Pen. Okay, the cape rig, the behavior is pretty much like this. So you have the core bones and you have the sub bones on each core joint, and the rig will generate sub rigs along the sub joints. It actually has detail under the sub, but in this case, that means if you put site L to this module, that means whole module should lie on the left side of the character. It doesn't mean that this one is L, this one is R, this one is middle. Please note that. What else? So I'm gonna print help function again. Description. Oh, okay. Go to site first, and it says that the site, you cannot just put the string on the site argument, because on pkrig2 site is a pkrig object. It can be accessed by p. Okay, before that we have to import the module first. From pkrig2 import core as prc2. Here it is. So if you execute this object, you will get that it returns just a string L. So this will be used in the naming tools later. And then I think I should copy this, the argument section. And then what else? The control shape. Description is just a simple string, which I will try put the test. This one is just a descriptive name to make the object unique name in the Maya scene. And control shape. Please note that control shape can be parsed just by using pkrig object also. It can be accessed by prc2.cp stands for curve parameter, and then if you want cube, just type cube. I will try to execute this object. Can I print? Okay. This one will return a series of three components of float stand for position of each CV. Then parents actor names. As we all know that the rigging module like pkrig and point rig, we mostly use orient constraint, parent constraint to blend the space of the rigging module. And I put more flexibility on this part. So let's say that this argument is a list of dictionaries that keys are parent nodes. They have to be DAG object in pkrig, and values are the attribute names. So let's say that if we put parent actor names, I will create a simple parent joint here, and I should cast this joint to pkrig object because the key of the dictionaries has to be pkrig object. So joint 4 becomes a DAG node of pkrig object. So let's say that we have only one parent space or only one space to bend to this rigging module. This one is a pkrig object. Then the attribute name, let's say that this one is pelvis. And you can add many more space blender. Next is the option. It should okay. Next is the control group parent, which is we should create a main group object before we run any rigging module, but this one I will just give a quick example on this thing. Same, we need pkrig object to communicate to the script. Also skin parent. Alright, I set skin parent as the variable because the purpose of this framework is the joints in the asset. The joint hierarchy in the asset should be a one hierarchy which can be exported to the game engine or any other DCC such as FBX. What else? Okay, I'm gonna change skin parent because I'm gonna give you guys a little more solid example. Let's say that this one is the rigged root joint, stays at here. So I'm gonna try run this. Bam. So the rig is created and all controllers are parented under the given control group parent, and the joints are parented under the given skin parent. And this one is the new option that the orient tool is created according to the given parent other names here. So you have pelvis here. I'm gonna undo this, and let's say that we have any other parent. We have pelvis, then let's say that this one is chest. Where is this? I'm gonna name this to pelvis joint, and I'm gonna name this to chest joint. And we had only parent before, so I'm gonna put another parent to here. And I rename this to chest. I'm gonna rerun the script again. Previous joint doesn't execute before. Okay, so in the root controller of the FK chain, you got this one. I think this will give you many more options. So if you rotate this, it doesn't follow, because this one follows local at the moment. If you orient to pelvis, which is supposed to be this one, it will follow. And that's it. Hope this helps you guys to give more options for your rig.